I love how I always wear black so I blend into the background. That's my goal.
I feel like every time I come to your house, I should just wear the same thing for every video.
That would be hilarious. Then we could just tell everybody in 5 years that we recorded it all on the same day 10 years ago.
All on the same day.
But how's it so current?
I gotta keep my eye on the gray that's growing here though, because it's.
Who cares, man? Let it go.
I do. I don't have a choice. I don't. Yours looks friggin' mint. Mine's just like boom, white patch right here.
Yeah. As long as it stays even, you're good.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I guess it does. It's not all patchy like some guys. Anyway, how are you, people? Fellow human beings.
Fellow human beings. I was wondering.
Uh-oh. See the fucking smoke coming out of his ears.
I'm just talking video games.
Oh, I like when we do this.
Because Kenny Omega in the AEW went and found Ukes, the people who originally created the greatest wrestling games of all time, for the Nintendo 64 system. Being WCW World Tour, WCW vs. NWO Revenge. Love the way that game looks.
WWF WrestleMania 2000.
And WWF No Mercy.
So good, I had to do the finger guns.
Yeah. And like, the controls are what makes those games so easy to pick up and play, but then you can do so much gnarly shit in that game too. Like, gee, I wonder if I could set up a table on the floor, grab a ladder in the ring, set that up, climb it, jump over the ropes, down into the floor, through the guy on the table. After you lay a guy on the... Yes, you can. Lay a guy on the table, you can crush him like that. You can do, like, run and do some flips and jump over the top ropes. Like, these are all things you can find out about this game as you play it and become an expert at it. And that's why, and like, if you want to do your special move, it's the same thing every time, unlike the Acclaim games that were like,
oh yeah, but
Stone Cold Stunner, up, down, A, B, start. I'm like, okay, but what if I'm the Rock and I want to do the Rock bottom? Oh, that's an LB select.
That's because, and we didn't realize this when we were younger, that the Acclaim wrestling games were more like sim-like. They were more simulation.
And more...
Whereas the
like
Ukes
a Street Fighter game.
It's like comparing Forza to Gran Turismo. You know, Forza is a little bit more arcadey, over the top.
A little bit, yeah.
You can go and like jump over like mountains and shit.
It's still realistic, but it is a little bit, like where Turismo is 100% sim.
It's realistic. That's where they were trying to, I think, go with the Acclaim wrestling games.
So bad.
Yeah, because I mean, as a kid, like I always tried to play them like they were an arcade wrestling game, and I'd always fucking lose.
Well, and that's where I found once Ukes and THQ and AKI,
something like that.
Once they kind of did what they changed names a couple times. Core was Ukes, I think, but like once they created that, and they have other games too, and they're Japanese games.
Yeah.
Because when they had like the WCW ones, like the guys from Japan all had different names.
Yeah.
But like I was watching a video about it, like, you know, Kim Chi was actually supposed to be this guy. So they still got those guys in there.
Yeah.
In the edit mode, they let you change everything, so you just change the names back. They couldn't release it like that because it'd be copyright infringement. You could change the name to whatever you wanted to.
And now these guys are making a freaking AEW wrestling video game. And
I'm watching the AEW YouTube channel, which again is fucking great.
It's you're watching a 2022 new gen version of the late 90s wrestling games.
They put 6-hour events on their YouTube channel. A bunch of the wrestlers are sitting down, like doing interviews and stuff. Like your YouTube channel is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
So then they actually had the game actually came up because there was rumors that they were doing it.
Yeah.
And they're like, there's no release date because we want to make sure it's perfect or pretty close. And then like a month ago, the boys are sitting down playing it. And I'm watching it, and they're like, yeah, if you ever played those games on the Nintendo 64, and I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah, I remember sending you the link. Yeah. I was like, hey, dude, check this out. It's AEW No Mercy.
Yeah, and I'm watching it going, this is so good. So, like, I'm going to pick up that controller and be familiar with it. But then there's also going to be, it's going to be beyond
It's going to be awesome. And the thing is, like, you've got...
How much more stuff can they put in it? We have the internet now.
You've got the billions of dollars in Khan's money going into it, too. Like,
and he's a huge nerd.
Yeah, their budget... I bet
football team?
The Jacksonville Jaguars. He owns them. He owns... I don't know if it's the Fulham FC. Like, there's some, like, big European soccer team he owns, too.
Oh, Jesus. So you're saying about the budget towards the game?
It's huge. Like, the amount of money that they were just make it... I don't care, like, how much it costs, how long it takes. Like, make it like those games.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of those guys say, like, they were huge fans of those games. Like I was saying before, that's when those games came out, I was like, that's the separation between a fighting game and a wrestling game. Because there's the Tekken, and there's the Street Fighters, and there's all those ones. And then there's wrestling games, and that's the definition of it.
Here's the thing, too. Look back to the late 90s when you look at WrestleMania 2000, No Mercy, the WCW games as well. I'm just, like, throwing shit at a wall to see if it sticks here. But I'm guessing that there are a significant amount of fans that tuned into the product on television because of how much they enjoyed the video game. I mean, especially when you're a kid, like the word of mouth is big especially when you're a kid. And like, oh, what are you playing? What are you playing? And like, then all of a sudden, like, oh, well, like maybe you'll check. Oh, that like I'll check it out on TV, or if you stumble across it, hey, like this is my video game. Like, I'm just curious.
And that's when the WWF came in and had to have it.
I'm just curious if this AEW video game, if it is as good as we think it is, will it generate an increase in viewership?
Okay, man. It's possible.
Right now, AEW on Wednesday nights is usually hovering around between 900,000 and 1 million viewers. Anywhere around that number.
That's pretty damn good for a new promotion.
Yeah, they've only been around for a few. I think like they just hit their 3-year anniversary for Dynamite. Like WWE's been around for 50, 60 years. Like,
what are they pulling on a Raw? SmackDown.
Now that Triple H has taken over, they just got their ass kicked by Monday Night Football.
Well,
but they were sitting around before Monday Night Football came back. They were sitting around 2 million.
Oh, wow. So the AEW is right there. They're not right there, but they're...
When you consider the longevity of the product and the TV and business deals that WWE has with, like, Fox, and, like, they're all over the world. Like, AEW is still, like, they're still new. They're still a relatively new company. And, yeah, it's...
And they need a game.
Yep, and I can't wait to play it. We're going to have, we should just, you know what we should do? Is try and like.
What should we do, Jonathan?
We should live stream AEW release night.
Oh,
A down in the hole AEW live stream. When we just.
It's called AEW Fight Forever.
Yeah.
And it's on PC. It's on Xbox and PlayStation, so it's on all the big ones.
You and I will be able to cross play.
You have Xbox.
Yeah.
Well, you have both, but you would use your Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Microsoft Windows and Microsoft
Well, I have
Xbox.
a PS4. I didn't buy a PS5.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't see.
Yeah, we should live stream No Mercy or Revenge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I have that on an emulator.
And I mean, who knows if as long as folks have their notifications on.
Hey.
You'll get notified, and you can check it out while we're doing it.
Because as you saw a few weeks back there, Shelley was down here, and we're calling that Less Than Zero.
That's so cool.
And this is Down in a Hole, so then we're going to have to come up with another... We have to steal another song title from an amazing band.
Can we go with...
Yeah.
No, hold on. We're going to think about this.
IDFLY?
No.
No? I'd Fly.
No.
I'd Fly?
It's a good tune, though.
It's a pretty good tune. I'd Fly. You don't want to know what I'd Fly stands for.
Yeah, just check out the Day Street Brothel on Apple Music or Spotify, and you'll know.
Sponsoring tonight's episode, the Day Street Brothel. We should just play the song. I'd Fly. But yeah, man, I'm so... When you sent me that clip of that thing, I'm like, no way they got the Ukes director guy. Like, the core dude.
Yeah.
Somehow they found that dude.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you know how to make wrestling games like really, really good. And we want you to get a team together and help us do one. And he's like, okay. Because Khan probably... how much you want? And then I'll I need $5 million. Here's 7. Like, do you think he just stacked the guy?
Well, yeah,
because you don't want Triple H and Stephanie coming after him.
He's gonna see.
You gotta lock him in.
He's gonna see quite a return on his investment. I personally feel like.
And I'm thinking too now, because back then it was a console game, and when the super small televisions. What's this? Oh Jesus, hollow body?
Yeah.
Guitar, hollow body guitar. What is that? A Fender? No, that's a Gibby. What is it? Oh, Paul Reed Smith, hollow body standard red. Fire red burst.
Yeah, isn't that friggin' sexy?
Gosh. Hollow body.
That's my next guitar. Well, I've got solid bodies. I got the Jackson.
Yeah.
I got my
hollow body. Cool. But yeah, that and again, those games are cool too. Obviously, TVs were smaller back then, but when you play a wrestling game, it's all on the same screen.
Yeah.
You didn't have to split it like GoldenEye. Speaking of which, that's coming to Game Pass.
That's another video. We're going to attack all together.
But the wrestling games were so fun. We had rooms full of people.
Yep. You have tournaments and you
custom creative player modes.
Think of all the snacks and shit you had, weekends.
Think of the hours you put into creating one guy.
Oh,
3 hours I could spend creating one character. And then all my ups were high moves, and all my downs were low moves, and all my nothings were fucking neutral moves. So I knew what I needed to do when I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And like you planned all your shit out. The games were so fun, but now we have the internet. People can make like wrestlers that don't even belong in there, and they'll show like Ultimate Warrior will be in there.
You should see some of the
Chris
creative
Benoit
wrestlers.
show up.
Oh yeah, some of the creative wrestlers that are in like the recent like WWE games.
Bret Hart. Yeah, I've seen some of that. Yeah, dudes come walking out, and it's like Jeff Hardy's not in the game, but somebody made him.
Yeah,
and it looks just like him because they give you so much in the creative wrestler mode. It's going to be bonkers, dude.
It's almost like its own friggin' game. Oh, I know, I can't wait. Like create a move. Like, can you imagine being able to? Because some of the crazy flippy shit that they do.
Can you do that?
Oh,
create a move,
maybe, or customize like your move set.
Oh, okay.
So you could
I wonder if you could create a move.
A day will come.
That'd be wild.
I'm sure.
Like, what do you want to do now? What do you want to do next?
A day will come.
And then, then when you hit the button, that move actually happens. But yeah, I mean, the move set in those original games was just endless.
Yeah.
You could sit there scrolling for 20 minutes and not get to the bottom.
And you just every match you wrestled in that game was different.
Yeah, that was another thing. The variety that they had always led to a very original match. I remember my brothers and I, Tyler and Ryan, we played a triple threat match for a belt we created. We just created a belt in No Mercy. And we did triple threat ladder. Triple threat ladder match for this fake belt we made. So you got to set the ladder up. You got to get the belt off the chain. And the counter only went for 60 minutes and then reset.
Yeah.
3 hours plus. We were like 3 hours and 15 minutes we fought. Until somebody just got lucky with a big high kick and a chair shot, and both guys went down, and then it started flashing purple.
Yeah.
Losing it, and you're just in a coma on the ground twitching. Now you've got literally 5 minutes to do what you need to do. Go over, get the ladder. So it's not straight. Set it up. Okay, climb up there, go. Taunt a couple times, grab that belt, game over. But it took us 3 hours.
Yeah.
And you could never play, because if you did it again, well, you won the last one. Well, now what? They're both my brothers would just work my character's legs until I couldn't walk. Because that was another thing, because your limbs could take damage.
Yeah.
If you kept doing leg attacks, your guy would be just dragging himself around, or he'd be holding his head.
So good.
And we're talking about a game that came out like in the year 2000, 20 plus years ago. All that little stuff.
And we're still sitting here right now talking about it.
I just can't imagine.
That's how good it is.
The amount of layers they had in those games being that long ago. Like with being able to attack a limb constantly until either they submit or they're completely immobile and useless.
Yeah.
They can't even move anymore. You try to run and it's just like nothing happens. Now, 25 years later, we've got a game coming out. I think the tentative release date I saw on the Wikipedia page was the end of the year. They're saying like December 31st, 2022. So
that fucking release date, I can tell you from example.
It's not going to happen.
I know, I can tell you from working at EB Games that's not a release date.
No.
That's like something they'll throw into a computer so that they can take pre-orders.
Yeah, and I when I saw
It's
the
literally-
release date was the 31st of December. It's the last day of the year. I'm like, that's not real.
That's literally, they do that so they can already start taking your money for a game that's not out yet.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind, folks.
I'm hoping 2023.
Also, be very careful before you buy a season pass for any video game, because you are literally throwing money away and you have no idea what you're getting in return.
Yeah, unless it's something established like Call of Duty or Fortnite.
Even then, you're giving them like 50, 60 extra bucks on top of the game, but what if the maps they make are shit?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what they're going to be making. You're just giving them your money in advance.
You'll get 10 new maps next month.
Then why am I giving you my
But
money now?
9 of them are garbage. I don't want them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll get 10. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to like them.
Yeah, it's stupid. I mean, I get, like, sure, if you want to have, like, a big bundle deal, like, after all the downloadable content is out,
That'd be
so
cool.
therefore customers that can actually see what has come out,
Get a bulk discount.
then give them the option to buy it instead of stealing their money without...
And you've got YouTube reviews of people going through it, so you can get a look at it
Let
and see it.
people,
and- Yeah.
Business the same.
But that's the thing, though, man. Like with this AEW game coming out with the internet,
Yeah.
and all the way that we can share stuff that's created. People will be creating arenas. I'm imagining they'll have a create an arena mode.
I don't know.
You know, they'll have
I just
create a
don't play
ring,
it.
create a wrestler. Like maybe you'll be able to import your own music. They'll be in cahoots with Spotify if you won't need access to 9 billion songs for an entrance theme.
That'd be pretty cool.
Like,
If
you
you're
know,
able to come out to, like, one of my own
come
songs.
on, man. Yeah, imagine that though. If they had a deal with a
Sweet.
streaming service,
Well,
and
but
then you got to go.
I have to
But
get groceries, gang.
That game is going to be so good, and not to mention playing with each other on the internet.
Yeah, well, fuck, we're not just going to be doing that. I'm going to be coming over, crashing his place. He's going to be coming over, crashing my
I think
place.
we might
We're going to be
need-
bringing sleeping bags, and we're going to be bringing, like, Cheetos and
Asking
Lucky
our mom's
Charms and ice
permission.
cream. Definitely have to ask Mom for permission.
call Mom.
That's why we got to go, guys. I got to go call Mom.
Gotta go call Mom.
Gotta
Mom.
make sure this is okay.
Mom, can I go to Jono's house to play wrestling? Thanks for watching Down in the Hole. I'm Blaine. That's Jono.
I'm actually going to call my mom right now.
All right then.
Bye, guys.
I am laughing with you, not at you. Like and subscribe to the page. Hit the bell. He's got to go.
I got to go call Mom.
Have a good night, everybody.
Don't try to tell me what you think.